when we first make peanut butter, it was, and I'm being very, very polite to myself already lah.
Okay.
It was toot. So in trademark, for those who don't know, you cannot register names that has meaning. So you cannot be like Nuttilicious because there's delicious there.
2020, you know, is the dark chapter of Malaysia lah.
Very dark. Very dark.
The MCO 1 and 2. So all SMEs, I mean, they basically we all face the same struggles. So how did Jobbie overcome it? I mean, like the struggles, and then how did you sail through all these, the long dark chapter?
Many sleepless nights. Okay, let's go. Story time. It was the dark age of Malaysia, MCO, and you know everything was stopped. There was supply chain disruption, a lot of stocks because we import our nuts, okay, from places like Argentina, US, and a lot of places. So a lot of things were stuck there, and we managed to order some peanuts a day because we heard some news. But the sad thing was, we didn't order enough glasses. I mean the glass jar. So I remember very clearly. I think it was the first week of MCO. Immediately, police were around our factory already, and they said you have to close down. But we were like, huh? I thought essential can continue run. We are food, one. Yeah, but they say no. I say you close. Then okay, we close. Then we wanted to order glass jar. Hopefully, when it opens, it can do. Then we found out our glass jar manufacturer, they jury go and manufacture during MCO period, and they were shut down twice, and they can open it. So we thought of a lot of things. We say, okay, we don't do glass, we do plastic. Then plastic also cannot do. Then we wanted to do another product, we call it granola at that time. Also, shipment stuck, everything was stuck. So we tried out a lot of different things to hopefully come up from the situation. Cannot, doesn't work. So it comes to a point of time, me, our CEO Victor, Debbie, we sat down and say, if this continue, there will be no more Jobbie, basically. So what we did to salvage this situation was we went and write a very lengthy post and say, hey, this is our situation and we have no stock. So this is what we're going to do, okay? We're going to sell our products with a 45-day pre-order rate, okay? If you think our product is good and you want to support us, here's a promo code of 10 ringgit, which was about half price at that time, because we just want to survive only, and we didn't want to fire any of our employees because everyone was having pay cut and everyone was firing, and we said, nope, we're not having it, we're not going to fire everyone, we're not going to have any pay cuts, and we did. And thank God, okay. They were here with us and we survived that with the help of fellow Malaysians. So we felt very grateful, and really the one Malaysia feeling where a lot of people say, hey, you gotta make it out alive, you know, and we'll be here with you, and we were so touching, you know, at that time. So yeah, that's how we got out of that situation. After many trials and errors, failed products, and we thought we're not gonna make it, we thought we're gonna be just a history in Malaysia, and yeah, here we are still alive and kicking.
Hey, honestly, I really saw your post. I didn't know about Jobbie until the first or second MCO, where I saw my friend, and then not just one, but quite a few of them shared about your post, and they said, please support them. Very nice. That was when I learned about Jobbie. Yeah, so actually you got a lot of supporters, die-hard fans, actually we can say.
I'm grateful we have a lot of fans.
No, you should give yourself the credit because of your food quality. That's why you have the support.
I find it very hard to take any credits because I know that wherever we are today, it's not because of what both of us did. It's accumulations of a lot of collective help from friends, from fans, from suppliers, from a lot of people. Even the government helped us quite a lot also. So I find it very hard to take a lot of credit, and I give all credits to everyone that's ever helped us to become where we are today.
我觉得当时候的一个很感恩的一个事，就是还有人愿意相信我们哦，不只是我们的顾客们、我们的粉丝，还有我们的团队。就当时不是很多人啊，那时我们才6个人吧嘛，总共对吗？那时我们总共才6个人，然后大家都不离不弃哦，陪着我们。虽然我们是没有说要炒人，也没有要给减薪。可是他们愿意陪着我们度过那个难关，也是一 一个
感恩咯，因为我们那时候啊有一个 packer， 他平常是 pack 东西吧，他不懂 software， 他不是很懂电脑的东西，我们就讲 OK 没有东西 pack 了，现在没有货 pack 了，我们那时讲 OK 你现在做 customer service 去学 software，他就好，我去学 software，因为那时候 customer service 我们用 software， 所以 that's why 还要去学，所以大家都很乐意去助一份力去 make sure 我们可以 survive 那一关哦。
Fast forward to now lah. So now you see we are all saying that we are entering the endemic phase lah. Let's so. So what is Jobbie's next step? What is your plan?
Go out and mamak at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, just joking. What we plan has never been changed actually ever since me, Debbie and Victor had sat down. Our vision is still the same. It's Asia #1. How we're going to do it, how long we're going to do it is depending on how hungry we are, So I guess we've always been very hungry since day one, and it's not going to change. We're still going to be Asia #1. So I guess we'll start to explore how to penetrate more into East Malaysia, because a lot of people say they want to be global, but there's still a lot of untapped market in Malaysia itself, especially in East Malaysia. So we're finding ways to penetrate there more efficiently so that we don't have to pay a hefty fees for the logistics, because it costs 3 times more to deliver from there than it's here to there, different. So example, if it's 15 ringgit here to there, it's probably going to charge $5 there only. So we want our fellow fans in Sabah, Sarawak to enjoy our product. So once that is done, of course, we will venture out more places like, for those who don't know, actually Japan is top 4 countries of peanut butter importer in Southeast Asia. So yeah, a lot of places. So maybe Japan, Philippines, slowly but surely we will definitely reach our goal of being Asia #1. So we also have very weird ideas, like we want to launch a duck culinary series. Okay, so recently we launched something in April Fool. A lot of people think it was a joke, It's not a joke, it's a real product. We launched something called Macau Hijau, okay?
Macau.
It's MACAU, not Macau Hijau, okay? So it's Macau Hijau, and it's a green pea spread, okay? So it's duck culinary is basically taking very weird, not usually seen ingredients, and we made it in spread, and it's usually healthy one, so something like the green pea one. So maybe in the future we have something more, okay, but weird one. So that's the fun thing we want to do, using very localized product, very proudly made in Malaysia, and using specialties from Malaysia to, show the world who Malaysians are. So we want people to see that, when people say, Malaysia, is it Singapore? No, Malaysia is Malaysia, okay. So we want people to know who Malaysia is and how, okay, I'm being proud a bit, how awesome we are, okay. So then how we do that, it's usually by food. It's a common language around the world. Everyone eats, correct now. So we want to show Malaysia is the best place for food.
Yeah, this is Malaysia is the food heaven to me. Really lah. No country beats Malaysia when it comes to food.
We got your eyes, Singapore.
Oi!
Okay, later a lot of Singapore fans will come and roast me.
But your peanut butter really got channel to Singapore, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you want to make sure that you want to cover. Let's do Southeast Asia first, and then gradually, and then you.
Let's do Malaysia.
Malaysia first, yes.
The fans should have us first, and we should have them. They should have us. We should support each other before we go out. Because when you have a strong base, anything happens outside, because you don't know culture, you don't know their culture, you don't know their taste buds and everything. Anything bad happens, as a contingency plan, Malaysia will still always be your home. They will support you.
Okay, now we'll go back to the Hei An Liao Li, Debbie. So actually, whose idea was that?
Majority of the weird things in Jobbie, right, all came out from him. Because he's the weird idea in the company.
I probably lost some few screws when I was born. So
when you jump off from your couch
when I was very young, I once thought the floor was a swimming pool, and I jumped. I got 8 stitches on my head actually. So probably from there, I either turn into a super villain or I turn into a super weirdo.
You turn into a super genius.
Super weirdo for now. Okay.
Oh, super genius.
So I got a lot of weird, unaccepted ideas. Those that you see are approved one. Those you haven't seen are disapproved by our own team, because I'm too weird sometimes, and I understand that.
And then you just go with it?
Yeah, we will argue a lot.
Not to say just go with it, because the way we build our company and our organization is very fair one. It's you think can do it, prove to everyone, but do it in a smaller, safer amount. So like we first launched our Macau Hijau, we plan to sell about 1,000, 2,000 bottles only. So nothing huge like a pallet or a container worth. So we built a proof of work and then mass scale it. That's it. So very fair. Anyone has any idea in Jobbie can then say, hey, I got this idea, I'm going to start with 100, 200 volume, or maybe even 1,000. I'm going to prove from there. So that's how we work in Jobbie. It's a very democratic way also.
Actually, how long did the idea materialize for Macau Hijau?
The concept was actually out in 2021, because I was in the verge of being insane from MCO. Then I say one day I'm going to create something that will make people feel my insanity. Then and then one day I went shopping in a bakery store and saw this green powder. I'm like, oh, kryptonite. That's my first thing in my mind. Then I went and bought it. It was actually some green peas, and I experimented with them, and because it was in a powder form at that time, it was dehydrated, crushed into powdered green peas. So I experimented and say, oh, tastes nice. Well, okay, let's make it happen. Let's go. That culinary, and this is the light series. I have more outrageous one, but we start with the light one first. So it took about a month from making the flavor to having the concept, the marketing and whatnot, because it's a very small amount, so we can move very fast. If it's something bigger, like maybe the usual flavors that we have, usually we order about few thousand worth one or few tens of thousand bottles worth one. Those probably will take half a year, from 3 months to half a year, depending how fast we move. Why we don't do almonds and those what okay? I am a person that seeks a lot of thrill, and no doubt I sometimes love criticism at the same time. When people say Macau Hijau green color can eat, man, then I feel excited, I get euphoria. I don't know why. I say, okay, try it out. And I have fun in that. And if you do like almond, they say, oh, okay, it's gonna taste nice, they be nice to you, and like, okay, it's another day. So I guess I'm the one responsible for doing something weird. Those like normal one, I guess the rest of my team, they can easily make it happen.
Yes.
So, and that sets us apart also, because Jobbie is a brand that stands for something special. We want, because a brand ultimately is a trust. A trust in what? A trust in quality, and trust in what? For us, it's more like a trust in innovation. A trust in, quality is of course one of them, but the innovation part is really where we really shine, like the Macau Hijau, and previously have a gamer's nut butter.
Yeah, that was actually the next question I want to ask about that one.
Yeah.
You call it Pong, is it?
Yes.
How did it all happen?
One fine day, a company called Zotac, which I've never heard because I'm not a gamer, emailed us. And my CEO freaked out because he's a gamer. He's like, oh, Zotac's finding us. And, oh, who's Zotac? Okay. So then he's like, it's a gamer company, a very big company. They want to collab with us. Then I said, collab do what? Oh, I don't know how to game, man. You ask me to play Mario, okay lah. So then he said, okay, go talk to them, have some inspiration from there. And I talked to them, and then after that I say, Gamer's Nut Butter. Then my CEO was like, what? Gamer's Nut Butter? Okay, time to go to the drawing board. So when I want to create it, when we want to create it, we want to be, of course, stand out lah. Okay, so we wanted to name after one of the first games ever created. It's a game called Pong by Atari. So it's like a table tennis, the ball moving. It's called Pong. So we wanted to pay homage to the first game ever created, because we wanted to be the first Gamer's Nut Butter in the world. I haven't seen one in the world yet lah. So it's that lah. So a lot of concepts went through there, like because it's Pong, so you will see the Pong in the label design. There's also some Morse code, secret Morse code to cryptic message, on there. If you go and decipher out, it has some words on it, and it has some very weird numerical numbers equation that means something also. So very gamer centric. And the ingredients, we are actually using very healthy ingredients. It's a superfood. It's freeze-dried blueberries and strawberries. Why these two types of fruits there? Because before we talk about even freeze-dried, okay, I'm getting very excited. Sorry if I'm being very technical, because I love doing all this stuff. So when you're taking when you're doing gaming, you probably game for like 6 hours, maybe 5 hours, 6 hours, or even 3 hours. And the studies show that you should not stare at a screen continuously for probably an hour or so lah. So that impacts your eye a lot. And I wanted to help gamers with their eyes because screen on top not very good. So I found that a lot of F1 racers, they eat a lot of blueberries for their eyes also. So I thought it was very good, and I also wanted to incorporate strawberries because it's one of the most compact in vitamin C type of fruits. And the reason why we use freeze dried and not normal dried, okay, although the cost can go up to 2-3 times normal one, very high and very expensive. We imported our stuff, So freeze dried, when you do freeze dried, you actually preserve all the nutrients, and it makes the flavor much more crispy also, and more crunchy and more delicious, which a lot of people don't know. The price tag is of course high due to the freeze dried fruit, but the nutrients, I tell you, it's awesome. That's it. So it tastes somewhere along PB&J, peanut butter and jelly, with peanut butter and a strawberry one, because it's peanut butter with all those fruit. It's acidic a little bit, so very crunchy. So, and it was very special because why? Pong isn't a product that was created to be spread on a bread. It was created to mimic a power gel. Marathon runners, they eat the gel straight away, like an energy bar like that. So direct eat, because the cream inside there is very hard because of all the freeze dried fruit. We added quite a lot inside. So you scoop, it's one big lump. So we wanted them to, like, instead of like eating Maggi, eating chips, you can sure eat this very healthy snack. So we don't put syrup, we don't put essence, we don't put colorings. That's why you don't see that very vibrant blue or red color. You see peanut butter and a lot of small cut up freeze dried fruits inside there. Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy. 因为在马来西亚 peanut butter 花生酱本身就不是一个比较 common 的食物，很多人现在还会比较喜欢 kaya butter， 是我们的传统嘛，对不对？可是这个不只是花生酱，而且还是要 straight from spoon 这样子直接吃，所以我怕会比较难接受，而且在那个产品的那个 cost 上面也是会比较的高。
How was the acceptance so far for this one?
I think we're going to sell very soon already. So if there's enough demand, we will launch it maybe in Christmas time again. So I think we're down last to 100 plus bottles only, I think.
Okay, for the last question, it's a very must ask question one, but there's two here.
Do I really like peanut butter or not? No, I'm allergic to peanuts actually. No, just joking. But I am allergic to peanuts. Yes.
Okay, describe more please.
Okay, I was making peanut butter and one day I was eating so much that it was not a normal dosage for average human.
Because we used to test every batch when we make the peanut butter.
Yeah. So after tasting too much, I began to cry like a 6-year-old girl. My tears was like coming out and I was coughing like crazy, wheezing like crazy. And then I called my mom, I said, "Mom, am I allergic to any food?" I thought it was outside food lah, because I never had any problem before, except for some regular coughing. So she said, "Yeah, you are allergic to peanuts." And you took that long to tell me.
That was the second year into our business, right?
So I drove straight to her house, a half an hour drive, and I took some medication which I used to take when I was younger, and I stopped taking it on my older days. Then I said, okay, next time maybe I don't eat too much lah. Thanks, Mom.
So what is your advice for young and budding entrepreneurs out there?
Young one as in they have already made the business, or?
No, maybe young like you during the time that young like you when you started the business.
He always remind me about something that is in Chinese is 眼睛关起来，耳朵关起来，然后就抓紧拳头就去冲。
头要冷，
你讲吧。
心要热，所以 I think I touched the mic. 头要冷，心要热，耳朵关起来，抓紧拳头跑。Why 心要热? Because you have to be passionate in all situations. Because business journey isn't a very logical one. There's a study in 2019. Out of all business in the US 9 out of 10 died in the span of 10 years. So it's not logical already. Why would you want to join something that has only a 10% rate of success? So those days that are very hard, it's not logical, and you can rely on illogical passion to make you stay 啦 ，OK。
然后心要热也是这个世界都会很冷，甚至你身边最亲的人也是会反对，所以如果你相信一件事，自己要 drive 自己了。
And why your head must be cold? 头要冷 it's become in any situation like COVID, like MCO, just remain calm and know that you will survive whatever you need to survive. And if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's fine. You can always start over again. And why you need to close your ears, okay? There's going to be so much rumors, so much backlash, so much naysayer that sometimes it overwhelms you and you feel crushed, you feel demotivated, you feel like nobody cares about you. Those are the days that it's better to just turn off all the sounds and focus on what you do, focus on what you love. And when you really clench your fist, 抓紧拳头, the last one, just go, don't look back. But I have a different analogy right now as I age lah. Right now it's, if you're young like I was in 20 years old, probably find something that is called a why. So find your own why. And the thing is, the easier the why is, the easier you simplify it, the better it is, because it becomes a concept, it becomes a subconscious that will push you forward. Okay, my why was very simple. Okay, it wasn't to save the world, make Malaysia better or whatever. My why was basically, I want to make her happy. I wanted to take care of her. That was my why. And I found out very later in my point of entrepreneurship, in those very tough days, when I was crying like a girl, when I was like hiding behind the whole world, doing a lot of criticism, she was probably the thing that flashed in my mind. So back to the thing, when you find your why, young people of Malaysia like me, you probably will know that from all those entrepreneur stories I've heard, it's not going to be very easy, but it should be a special why to yourself. So those things can never be taken away from you when you have that very strong motivation. And it also keeps you grounded. Why? Very simple. If I'm very rich today, my why was to take care of her. If I'm very rich, very successful, I go, touch wood, I go find another woman. That why will help me stay grounded and say, hey, remember why you started this journey, and today you're successful already. And you still have to take care of your why. It keeps you, and it helps you remind you why you do what you do, or not you'll be missing in your life already. So everyone's why is different. If your why is to make Malaysia a better place, then one day you're successful and leave Malaysia, then you lost your why already. It's very important for me. You can be flexible in all times, but some things you must be stubborn. 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs are stubborn to the core one, those that I know at least. So let that why be in your down times and in your up times.
So what are your advice for other couples who running a business?
Couples 可以的话就不要一起 run business 哦。OK， 因为真的是很痛苦的。你如果不是 run business 啊，就算是一起工作啊，也是会有很多私事跟公事会掺在一起的时候，然后要用一段时间不断的磨合，然后很痛苦的去经历那一个阶段，才可以更了解对方。如果经不过的话，就会分开了的。So 如果真的是要一起做 business 的话啦，可能开始之前就先大家坐下来聊清楚，看三观合不合，因为 business 跟婚姻是一样的，就算是跟别的 business partner， 其实就是一个 marriage 来的。
Couples being together, it really depends on, because I'm a firm believer, 要先做事，先要会做人嘛。So before you become a businessman, you should become a good man first. So why is that important? And because if let's say no, even if you're a couple or not couple, if your philosophy in business is to always have the biggest profit and don't care about others, I must always win, then and you're never going to be successful. To me, accordingly, you might have a lot of money, but you'll never be successful. So always be a good human first, and the values must be aligned. Okay, I mean ideology can be different, but values. What are your values? Do you want to build a sustainable business that enrich people around you, or do you just want to take everything as much as you can and run away? So those are things you want to consider when you're having a partner, regardless of being partner with your couple or what, because I think it's a double-edged sword, because maybe when you're dating, you're blinded by love, and you run into someone wrong. Maybe they can't take hardship, maybe they hate hardship, maybe they just like you for that momentarily. I'm very proud and very grateful for it. If you're like me and her, oh my god, respect to you lah, Debbie. Okay, in the hardest time, she has become my motivation and has 10x my growth, my personal growth. And that's very powerful, you know. And I salute her in her wisdoms during hard times. Most people would run like chickens, headless chickens during panic time. She stay grounded and say, nope, not gonna have it, we're gonna stay calm. And we stay calm lah. So if you have that kind of partner that grows with you, help you out in tough times, and fly with you together, 带我飞我也带你飞, then it's a good partner. Go with him or her and trust them to help you grow and have a good journey.
Thank you so much for your time, for the sharing. It was a very interesting sharing. A lot of funny sharing. I got tears.
I'm a very shy person, very 内向. So I learned how to speak correctly, and
you cannot convince me with that lah.
I learned
very
from YouTube
内向
seriously.
cannot.
他现在应该诊所都是汗来的，很紧张。
哦，真的。
This time it's 脚 not so lah.